Hey, what you doing over there, Hillary? Hi.
Researching. Bringing the vibe down.
Bringing the vibe. Oh, Killjoy.
Killjoy.
Most
Fun sucker.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Fun sucker.
I feel like that could be a really dangerous hashtag.
Yeah. Hashtag fun sucker.
Son,
but sorry, I interrupted
or
you.
son fucker.
I interrupted you with my sucking.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to say that Mosby is back again.
He's a dog.
Which hello, friend. He's on my lap, and I'm very happy, and I feel like he's happy, and he's looking at you, and he's like, see.
Yeah, he is all coiled up. We refer to that as the steamy coiler position.
Oh my god. Hashtag steamy coiler. See, I'm getting it.
You're getting better. I'm proud of you. So speaking of dogs, I wanted to tell you, I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast before, but animals in need tend to seek me out because I have a bleeding heart.
Yeah, as I do as well.
Laura and I saved a squirrel a few months ago, baby squirrel.
Actually, we helped the squirrel. Our colleague and friend Shawnee was the one that found said squirrel, and she brought the squirrel to my attention. And when I saw the squirrel, I said, "There's only one person for this job, and that's Hillary."
Yes, Squawky. We've also recently saved a turtle, Einstein, the box turtle. But I had a very interesting morning a few weeks ago. There was a dog in the middle of the road as I was driving to work.
Yikes.
It was a yellow lab, and he was just like, "What's up, cars? You look cool. Want to play?" And I was like, God damn it. I was all dressed up. I had meetings. I was all in fancy dress. And I proceeded to pull over and
chase the
dog up and down the road. Got the dog, and as a police officer pulled up, and he was like, "Is that your dog?" And I, of course responded with, "No, I'm just trying to lure it into the back of my car." So together, me and the police officer were able to wrangle the dog, which the dog did not have any identification on him. So please make sure your animals have proper identification so that kind strangers can return them to you without the aid of the police.
Yes.
But the dog had a rabies tag, so my officer friend was able to run it, and we were able to find Goldie. Yes, them horrible monsters.
Say what you see.
Name their golden retriever Goldie. Goldie the dog was returned home.
Would it have been better if the dog's name had been Blackie or Ginger?
Like Spike. I don't know. Sorry, I've been watching Buffy.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That would be a good name for a dog.
Or Mosby.
A doggy.
Yeah, so that was Doggate.
Yeah.
Dog scandal.
And you made it, you still, even all through that, made it to work at a super early, reasonable time.
Yeah. Covered in mud and dog hair and bleeding. But,
totally
that's
worth
how
it.
I usually show up at work, so.
Just this time, you had photographic evidence of a dog.
Yeah. Yeah. This time it wasn't just me.
It wasn't a cryptid who chased you.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, is that a chupacabra or an adorable dog?
I'm surprised that you just didn't bring the dog home.
I probably would have if that police officer hadn't showed up.
I would have gotten away with it if it hadn't been for you pesky kids.
Yeah. But I wouldn't have been able to really find him. Like, the officer was able to run his rabies tags and such.
So how did the dog escape its home?
So the owners did not know the dog was missing. Red flag, people. I gave him a very stern lecture. But we had some really, really, really bad storms, and we think that the dog got scared and jumped the fence. So they probably had left him outside in the storms, which is also horrible. But he seemed really happy to be home.
So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
He wasn't cowering. And being
and he wasn't like malnourished or anything. They just seemed dumb.
Well, there's a lot of dumb people. Oh! I just got licked. There's a lot of dumb people, and there's a lot of different kinds of dumb. You know, there's like ignorant dumb, like I just don't know better. And then there's people who are just kind of dumb. Mm-hmm. And you know what? It's like ignorance is bliss, right? Mm-hmm. But then you told them, don't leave your dog out in a storm.
It's not good. Not good time.
Here's a question. Would you want to be left out in a storm?
Yeah,
outside?
Exactly. That dog had wandered 5 miles.
That's
when I found him.
Bananas.
And he jumped into my car and proceeded to lay down and was like, this is cool.
I like your ride, lady.
Is this the 2017 RAV4? Let me get my dog hair all over it.
Sweet.
I'm wet. Let me shake. God damn it.
Well, you're a good human. You're good, to
the detriment of my car.
Well, so it's worth it.
Yeah, he was cute. And then I came home and Mosby was like, where have you been?
Excuse me, I smell other dog on your face.
Yeah, but it's cool. We talked it out.
Talk it out, everybody. Talk it out with your dog.
So, how are you?
Hi, I'm feeling chill right now.
Yeah.
I'm super chill because this dog is on me, and he wants to chase badgers into holes.
Yeah.
And
that's just what he's about.
He's so handsome. I feel blessed. Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. Mosby face.
Oh, God.
So, would you like to hear what cryptid we are exploring today?
Yeah, where are we headed?
Yeah. We are headed to Lake Champlain in search of Champy.
Is it Champy or Champy?
You
for
can
Champlain.
Yeah. Either. I like to call him Champy. They've also called him Champ or Champ.
Champion.
Champion.
He's the
I like
champion.
Champion because Champy because I'm from Michigan and I overpronounce vowels. So,
if you had something that had like written down all of the days of the month, like
a calendar. Where are you going with this?
Yeah, that's what it is.
You want a calendar? Oh.
That's for you, jelly cats.
God damn you all.
I love it.
What, my accent?
Yeah, I love it.
I'm sorry, my accent is terrible.
I love it. I love
It's a calendar, and you're not going to tell me it's not. Hashtag calendar. With extra A's.
It just sounds better when you're from Michigan and you have a calendar.
That's not what I hear.
Really?
No, it's a calendar.
I don't know why. It just sounds different. I don't know. Maybe we should get Jelly. Oh, Jelly is in Italy. I was going to say, we need to get Jelly on the phone.
Yeah.
Ciao, Bella.
I'm always so abused at work.
You're not abused. We love it.
Please tweet me what you think of my accent. And they better be nice. I'm going to fucking come after you.
With my calendar. I love it.
You better be nice or I'm going to smother you with my pillow.
Oh, I forgot about pillow.
You're looking real smotherable right now.
Maybe that's because I'm old.
So we're going to talk about Champy.
So explain where Lake Champlain is for those who don't know.
Okay. Dum-dums. So Lake Champlain is a 125-mile long body of fresh water that is bordered by New York, Vermont, and there's a small portion extending into Quebec, Canada.
Quebec.
A lot of Canada.
Yeah, Canada's all over our lives.
We've had like Canada streak.
I don't have a problem. No. Oh, no.
Yeah, Mosby heard Canada. If he hears Canada 3 times, he has to go.
Why?
Make sure he doesn't unplug your stuff.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he's going to go lay. So, the Legend of the Monster is said to have drawn lots of tourism, especially in Burlington, Vermont, and Plattsburgh, New York. Lake Champlain is in the Adirondacks, or is the Adirondacks' largest lake, providing which
they're famous for their chairs.
Yes, and they are very popular for boating, fishing, water sports, and lake monsters
and chair making.
Yes. So the lake is
maybe that's why they make those comfortable chairs, so you can put the chair by the lake, have a glass of wine, and look for monsters.
Yeah. It's the most comfortable position to look for monsters.
Ding.
You've cracked it. You've cracked the code.
Yes.
So Lake Champlain is named for its discoverer Samuel de Champlain. And it stretches from Canada and runs north and south between Vermont and New York, forming a natural border between them. In some spots, the lake reaches a depth of 400 feet, extending 150 yards or more from the shore. Much of the lake is only 12 to 14 feet deep. So it's actually not it's like super deep in some parts. But like overall, it's not terribly deep.
So it's got like trenches.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
A characteristic trait of long, narrow lakes with deep channels is similar to Loch Ness. It's a perpetual wave in an enclosed body of water, which lies in a geographic area that undergoes severe winters. So it's kind of this like perpetual wave. It changes in spring and autumn. Temperatures affect the shallow areas of these long lakes more rapidly than they affect the deep channels, causing the deep water to slosh back and forth between the lake's boundaries, like plucking a guitar string.
I don't get it at all. I mean, don't try to explain it to me, but I don't get it.
At the surface, this wave may be barely a ripple, while below the surface, it's usually about 30 feet high and at times may grow to a height of 300 feet. So it's just kind of like this perpetual wave that...
You're making a wave with your hand?
Yeah. Do you know what a wave is?
Like this?
No, like in the water.
Like a wave that's like what people surf on.
Mm-hmm.
I did take oceanography. Yeah. Keep going.
Moving on. Or we'll be here all day. We've given up on you.
I just found that.
Oh. Mosby Tuft. So reports have compared Champy to a great snake, a large Newfoundland dog, a yacht, a horse, a manatee, a periscope, a lizard-like four-legged animal, and a whale. He's many things. He's a monster of many colors.
Yeah. Wait, question. Did you ever see the movie The Hunt for Red October? Where he's like, most things in here don't react well to bullets.
Maybe.
I have in my mind that they took the submarine and they drove it to Lake Champlain.
That's probably what happened.
Maybe that's the periscope that they saw.
Yeah. I think that's a good assumption. So
suck it, Trebek.
So some of I have kind of like a compilation of reports, what people have said about it, about what it looks like. It has been described as being between 10 and 187 feet long.
Yeah.
Big range. Big range there.
Yeah.
Its head shape has been described as flat-headed or round-headed.
Flat or round.
Yes. Horned or having moose-like antlers.
Yikes.
Elephant ears.
Okay.
A mane that is either tan or red, and jaws like an alligator.
Wow.
These are like, this isn't like one person reporting all of it, but it's like a compilation. Its body shape has been described as having 1 to 4 humps, all the lady lumps, up to 5 arching coils, fins, and a snake-like body. Its skin type has been described as scaly or smooth.
Chunky or smooth.
Its color, either drab or shiny, black, dark head with white body, gray, black and gray, brown,
God.
moss green, reddish bronze, dark brownish olive.
Nobody knows what's going on with Champy.
And its eyes have been described as being the size of dinner plates and glowing.
So
Champy needs to go to his dermatologist for that scaly skin.
Yeah. How about something like this?
Perhaps. That looks like Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Well, so that's I can do. Yeah. That's what you just described to me.
So, moving into sightings. Over the years, there have been over 300 reported sightings of Champy. Legends of a creature living in Lake Champlain date back to Native American tribes in the region. You know, gotta have your Native American legends. Both the Iroquois and the Abenaki spoke of such a creature. The Abenaki referred to it as Tatoscoke, a word I'm going to butcher. Sorry.
No one speaks that language.
I try. So,
it sounds great.
So, in 1609, Samuel de Champlain, the founder of Quebec and the lake's namesake, is often claimed to have been the first European to have sighted Champy. However, this legend dates back to a fake quote that was published in a 1970 issue of Vermont Life. Vermont Life is full of lies. In the Vermont Life article, which I know everyone's like running out right now to burn their copy of Vermont Life.
Oh.
Champlain is alleged to have documented a 20-foot serpent thick as a barrel and a head like a horse. This quote has often been repeated, but it's in fact not right. Champlain actually described what he saw in the lake as, quote, "There is also a great abundance of many species of fish. Amongst others, there is one called by the native Charosaru." Yep, that's what it is. Which is of various lengths, but the largest of them, as these tribes have told me, are from 8 to 10 feet long. I have seen some 5 feet long, which were as big as my thigh and have a head as large as my 2 fists, with a snout 2.5 feet long and a double row of very sharp, dangerous teeth.
Whoa.
Its body has a good deal the shape of the pike, but it is protected by scales of a silvery gray color and so strong that a dagger could not pierce them.
Okay. Number 1.
Yeah.
Pike. I know that he's talking about the kind of fish, which is a pike, but I feel like the universe is telling you to buy a pike.
Yeah, it definitely is. All the stars are aligning. That's what the eclipse at the end of the month is going to be like. Buy a pike. It's aligning.
So clearly there was some kind of giant fishy creature.
Yes. So they think that he may be referring to a gar or garfish.
I have seen a gar in the wild. And let me tell you that story.
Yeah.
Real
quick. Go. I'm ready for wildlife.
Gar story. I was snorkeling in Florida at the top of the Keys near John Penny Camp.
That sounds disgusting. I'm just going to say.
It was awesome.
Okay.
And it was me and my dad and my bro, and Joe would not get out of the boat.
Wimp.
Because he saw a bunch of jellyfish. So in all fairness, like, that was probably a good idea.
I got stung by a jellyfish.
Did someone pee on you?
Yes. It was not okay.
You've never been the same since. And it's not okay. But I guess, do you thank them? You're like, thank.
It was on my arm.
Oh, God. Who peed on you?
My mom.
Oh, my God. Shane.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted Gar's story.
I feel like this is a better story here. So I was snorkeling, and there's this big.
And Joe was being a pussy.
Joe was on the boat, and he wouldn't come out because of the jellyfish. And I dove down, and it was beautiful. There was all these like beautiful coral and like fish everywhere, and it was really beautiful. And all of a sudden I'm swimming around, and I come face to face with a gar. So they're all teeth, and I remember looking at it and being like, this is how I die.
Yeah. And
I started screaming, but of course underwater, no one can hear you scream.
The gar can't hear you scream.
No. And the gar was just like floating, just like chilling. So the other word...
And he was like, stop screaming in my face, lady.
Stop screaming in my face, lady. So I think they also call the gar an alligator fish because that's what they just look mad and they're going to... But anyway, I was like, nope. And then like swam back on the boat.
And that's how you lost your leg. That's why you have a peg leg.
That's why my peg leg is here. And, you know, I can't scuba dive or snorkel now because it's so buoyant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the story of how Laura got her peg leg.
Yep.
Real facts. That's terrifying, though. I would not like that. I'm really scared of water. I don't like it.
It was really beautiful, and then there was just so many beautiful fish, and except for the gar, and I was like scarred.
I saw a barracuda.
Yeah, they look similar to a barracuda.
Not good.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah,
because you're like, I shouldn't be here right now.
Barracuda.
Because that's also the thing, right? It's like, I'm like, I shouldn't be here.
Yeah. Yeah. You entered his house.
I went into his house.
If that gar walked into your house and you punched the shit out of it.
I mean, in all fairness, he wasn't doing anything. He was just doing his thing, just swimming around. And I got into his space. Mm-hmm. I mean, if he came into my house, I would probably do the same thing. I'd be like, good for you. You're clearly wearing a suit that allows you to be outside of water.
Hey, garfish, how'd you get all the way to Arlington, Virginia?
I picture like the squirrel from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Makes sense.
But backward.
But a gar.
But having water in a suit so it can walk on land. In my living room.
I want a picture of that as well. Okay. Add that to your list.
All right.
So, in 1819, a report in the Plattsburgh Republican was titled "The Cape Ann Serpent on Lake Champlain reports that a Captain Crumb," speaking of SpongeBob,
awesome
sighted an enormous serpent monster. Captain Crumb. That's what I'm gonna call Nick next time he eats a sandwich because she gets like crumbs everywhere. I'm gonna be like, slow down, Captain Crumb. Mr. Crumb.
Colonel Crumb
estimated that the monster was 187 feet long.
Jesus!
And approximately 200 yards away from him. Despite the great distance, he claimed to have witnessed it being followed by, quote, 2 large sturgeon and a billfish, and was able to see that it had 3 teeth and eyes the color of peeled onions.
What the hell?
I hope someone describes me like that one day.
It only has 3 teeth?
Yeah. He was able to see it had 3 teeth and eyes the color of peeled onions. He also described the monster as having a belt of red around its neck and a white star on his forehead.
A white star on his forehead?
Yeah.
He sounds like he's been well designed.
Yeah, magical.
Star
magical.
Chips. Wow.
Yeah. So, in 1873, Champy had a busy year. The New York Times reported that a railroad crew had seen the head of, quote, an enormous serpent in Lake Champlain, with bright silvery scales that glistened in the sun. Both the men and the monster parted ways at that point.
Bye.
Bye. In July of that same year, Clinton County Sheriff Nathan H. Mooney reported, quote, an enormous snake or water serpent he thought was 25 to 30 feet long. Then, in August, the steamship W.B. Eddy encountered Champy by running into it.
That's the best way you encounter something.
The ship nearly turned over, according to the tourists on board. Way to go, Champy.
Yeah.
Got a big butt.
It's all about that base.
Also in this year, P.T. Barnum offered a reward of $50,000 for, quote, hide of the great Champlain serpent to add to my mammoth World's Fair show.
Dick.
Way to be a dick. P.T. Barnum.
Yeah.
Not cool, bruh.
Not cool at all.
Then, in 1883, Sorry, one second.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
This is going back to the star on its forehead.
Uh-huh.
What if it was some kind of boat that did time travel?
A what?
A boat.
A boat?
That did time travel.
Like a TARDIS, but like a lizard-shaped one?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Theory over.
Theory, end of theory. So in 1977,
yay,
a woman named Sandra Mancy, and her 2 children and her fiance Anthony, along with 2 children from her previous marriage, were driving on the north shore of Lake Champlain near the town of St. Albans. Around noon, they stopped at a small bluff that overlooked the lake. You know.
Sounds lovely.
A small bluff. As the children waded along the shore, Mancy saw what she first thought was a school of fish or a scuba diver about 150 yards out. Mm-hmm. Suddenly, quote, the head and neck broke the surface of the water. As her fiancé hurried the children out of the water, Mancy quickly grabbed her camera and snapped a photo.
Parent up.
Great parenting. I know, and like all of these stories, it's like terrible parenting. Super. Thank God her fiance was
Anthony was there to look out for the kids.
Thank you, Anthony.
Well, maybe she was a cryptid hunter, and she was like, oh, shit. Totally worth the children's lives.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anything is worth children's lives.
I mean, there's plenty of children. There's only one Champy.
So she took a photo, and then she put the camera down and watched as the creature turned slightly and then disappeared again beneath the water's surface. Still not saving the kids.
Bye.
The sighting lasted a remarkably long time, and the Mancys estimated they could see it from 4 to 7 minutes. For 4 to 7 minutes. What is remarkable about the photograph is that although it's been examined by several experts, they have proven that there is no evidence that there was any tampering with the photo.
So whatever she took a picture of was legit.
Mm-hmm. And this photograph is the most credible evidence to date of the lake monster.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, although we made fun of her for sacrificing her children, she
for science.
She did it for science, which is the greater good. And she knew that that Anthony was there, and he was going to take care of business with the kids, and she was going to take care of business for Champy.
Yeah.
I believe. I'm a believer.
So this is the photo.
Oh. So it looks like, and I'm sorry to say this, what I assume a brontosaurus would kind of look like. I'm sorry. And also, it should make you feel better to know that a brontosaurus doesn't exist.
For now.
For now. But it sort of has like that brontosaurus-y look. Huh. Just chilling. But it does look close to the shoreline.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah.
So, by 1992, sightings have totaled over 180, with approximately 600 people claiming to have seen Champy. In 2005, Champy is reported to have been seen in a video taken by fisherman Dick Alfloter and his stepson Pete Bodette in the summer of 2005. Quote, "It was as big as my thigh," said fisherman Peter Bodette. "I'm 100% sure of what we saw. I'm not 100% sure of what it was." His companion, so Dick Afloater.
It's a great name.
Afloater.
Dick Afloater.
Said they never saw the entire body. Quote, "What we saw always stayed at the surface, and parts of it would come above the water, like the back of the nose or the head."
Interesting.
So close examination of the images and, as you said, can be interpreted as the head and neck of a plesiosaur-like animal, like Nessie, and even an open mouth. And in the video, it opens its mouth in one frame and closes its mouth in another, like similar to a fish or eel. Two retired FBI forensic image analysts who reviewed the tape said it appears authentic and unmanipulated.
Yes.
With one of them adding that, quote, "There's no place in there that I can actually see an animal or any other object on the surface." But they said it's not manipulated. Another piece of evidence is not a sighting per se, but in 2003, the Fauna Communications Research Institute were recording sounds in the lake, and the group described the sounds as being similar to those produced by beluga whales or dolphins, neither of which are known to live in Lake Champlain. Also, based upon appearance and, quote, mysterious alligator-like tracks found near Lake Champlain, cryptozoologists Caddy Elizabeth and Dennis Hall suggested in 2016 that Champy could be a member of the Crocodilii family, so crocodile, some kind of crocodile, crazy hybrid thing. However, some people think that the tracks were actually that of a large snapping turtle, and that the video is of a long-nosed gar or lake sturgeon.
This reminds me of the Duor shoe.
Yeah.
Because it lived in the lake and then would walk out of the lake.
Yeah.
And tag team.
Yeah. So,
but Champy has never attacked anyone.
No. Mm-mm.
Except
chilling. For that boat that ran into it.
Well, who started that? I
don't think that was Champy's fault.
No, who started that fight?
Yeah, the boat. So, it's interesting that even though it hasn't been proven, Champy is actually protected by law. So on both sides of Lake Champlain. So in 1981, Port Henry, New York declares their waters a safe haven for Champy. In 1982, the state of Vermont passes a House resolution protecting Champy. And this law protects him from, quote, any willful acts resulting in death, injury, or harassment.
So suck it, Barnum and Bailey.
And they protect him against death, injury, or harassment and encouraging report of sightings.
Oh, my God.
And in 1983 in New York, both the State Assembly and the State Senate passed resolutions protecting Champy.
That's adorable.
Yeah. Doing their jobs.
In a world full of hurt.
This is why we vote.
And murder. This is why we vote. Mm-hmm.
So, some explanations are, as we've said, a gar or a sturgeon. Some sightings have described the creature as looking like a telephone pole in appearance. Interestingly, otters, when playing follow the leader, as they do,
like you do,
may create the illusion of a humped lake monster. So a wildlife technician, John Kopp, witnessed a snake-like creature undulating toward him. But as they drew nearer, he realized it was just a half a dozen otters diving and surfacing to create the effect, being adorable.
They were playing a game.
And also similar to what happened with our Iceland worm monster, that wave that I talked about earlier that you didn't understand.
Yeah, and I still don't.
Sometimes it can dislodge debris from the bottom of Lake Champlain, allowing them to bob to the surface. Sandbars extend into many of the shallow areas of the lake, and it's possible that monstrous rocks have been beached by the lake's current. So, your usual driftwood rock. There's been photos of monster-shaped driftwood found in Lake Champlain. One group on a tour boat believed at first that they were seeing Champy, but when they got closer, they saw it was just a partially waterlogged tree trunk bobbing along in the lake's current. The tree trunk was nearly 40 feet long with a root that resembled a monster's head. Some proponents of Champy believe that he is a type of dinosaur called a plesiosaur. The same type as Nessie. And cryptozoologist Roy Mackle visited Lake Champlain in 1981 and theorized that the creature might be a Balaosaurus, also known as something that starts with a Z I can't pronounce, a primitive whale that had a long snake-like body. Some fossils of this extinct dinosaur were discovered near Charlotte, Vermont, a town near the lake.
Dun, dun, dun. Champy.
So,
what do you believe?
I believe in Champy.
Do you believe?
Why can't there be things lurking in our lakes? Like that gar. You didn't know that gar was there?
No.
And it was terrifying.
It was terrifying.
So, like, who's to say there's not other things in the water?
I believe in Champy. They like totally chill out in those deep parts of the water.
Why not?
Why not?
Let him be.
Let him be Champy.
Yeah. I'm glad he's protected, though. That was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Because, of course, everybody's like, let's go out and kill it.
There's something mysterious. We should kill it.
We should kill it and put it on our wall.
Get your pikes. Pikes at the ready.
Pikes at the ready for killing Champy.
Not cool.
No.
So, yeah, that is the story of Champy.
Please don't kill cryptids.
Please don't be dicks.
I'd rather just have mystery.
Yep. How boring would life be without mystery?
I mean, it would just be a long line of probably math.
Yeah. There'd definitely be math.
There'd be a lot of math. Wasn't there?
And meth.
And meth. It's just one letter different. Yeah. What's that video with the unicorns and they're like, it's a plesiosaurus?
Oh, a Leopleurodon. Charlie the unicorn.
A Leopleurodon.
Yeah, sometimes Mosby's a Leopleurodon.
Oh my god.
Yes. Google Charlie the unicorn. You won't be disappointed.
No.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us today.
Thanks, Champy.
Thanks, Champy, for being a champion.
You're a champion. You are.
Oh, thanks. I think you're a champion.
No, you are.
No, you are.
No, yeah, you're a Leopleurodon.
Mosby abandoned us.
Yeah.
It's cool, though, because we got you beautiful people.
Thank you for listening.
Please rate and review.
Okay.
And keep it weird, people.